A fine day it is for algebra 2. So there we are. Found it. Okay. So 2 graphs, one old, one new. Okay. Okay, of course. Let's see. Who's that one? Y equals x squared. Excellent. And QB is the squiggly. Okay. And you should know somewhere along the line we talked about inverses. Switch x and y. Solve for y. So no surprise, who's the inverse of x squared? Square root of x. Okay. So we're supposed to do a little flipperoo so that would be the inverse, but it doesn't make a function anymore, right? Because it failed the vertical line test. So what did they do? Okay, they chopped off this bottom piece. Okay, so long explanation short, this is x squared. Square root of x. Okay, so if you do a flipperoo on this one, I'm gonna have that. So that was really, if you didn't bother to do it, that was the homework. You had these 2 pictures to deal with and shift them around like it was the most important notes you ever took way back in September. So let's do one and they won't take long. Did you have one you wanted to see? Bless you. 29. 29. Yeah. Yep, that's a good one. Okay, 29. Remember how I taught you to do it? Put a box around the original, around cube root of x. Okay. Well, looks like 6 had to be inside. So which way is that going to slide? 6 to the inside. It's sideways. Which way? Right. 6 to the right. Minus 9 is outside, so that goes down. And we got a multiplier. Remember, multiply by big number, taller. Multiply by small fraction, shorter. So this one's going to get, I'll put taller just because it's shorter. Okay. So now, do those 3 things. Take the original. Let's go back and do it here. Okay. So this guy helped me here. 6 over 9 down. So all you got to do for your full credit is show 6 over 9 down and then say, well, it got a little steeper. That's it. Okay. Pretty much it, unless you had another one you wanted to see. What's the only thing that didn't happen there? The flip. Okay. So if there had been a negative, flip over x-axis, negative inside, flip over y-axis. Yeah. All right, last call then from the home wake. Good if you're good. They're all kind of like that. All right. If you're good, I'm good. All right. Let's hit notes for today. Board says solving radical equations. Some new, some not so new. Some easy, some honors level. Let's go. This one radical solving for x. Okay, nothing new really. Except I'm going to show you how to do it two different ways. Yeah. And 1 second. Save that for later. All right. So how did I teach you to do it? How do I teach my algebra ones to do it? Put the box around x and now start moving stuff to the other side, starting with whatever's furthest away. What's the furthest thing away from x? -7, move it. How? Add. Okay, so now we have radical equals 7. Okay, now we got to get rid of the radical. How you do that? It's a square root. So what are we gonna do? Square both sides. So the square and square root go poof. 7 squared, not 14, but 49. Common error alert, right? Okay. 2 more steps. Lay them on me. Not add 3, but subtract 3. Or
Wait, no, add
did I
3.
mess up?
Yeah.
Thank you, watchdogs. Okay, so it was add 3. Smart. Okay. So add 3 now puts what? 2x equals 52. Divide by 2, and you think the answer is 26. Okay. Now, why'd I say we think the answer is 26? Hearken to me, whenever there's a radical involved, gotta check. Gotta check. So, last step, I got you. Double 26 is 52. 52 minus 3 is 49. Square root of 49 is 7, and 7 minus 7 is 0. So it did work. Okay. What if it didn't work? You cross it out and you write no souls, no solutions. Okay. But it did work, so don't cross it out. Nope. One problem. That's what happened. Nice and simple. Yeah, and what I say, I was going to show you how to do it 2 different ways. Okay. All right. Okay, when we first did these long ago, we didn't know what you now know. What's another way to write this? 2x minus 3 to what power? You're on the right track. What's the power and what's the root? Power is just 1, right? That's 2x minus 1 to the first. And the root is 2. Okay, so watch this. We already know the answer is 26, but I want to show you that this should be in your bag of tricks. Okay, you're still going to add 7. However, still going to add 7. Okay, now, when we did this the first time, you square rooted it. Here's what I want you to do from now on. When you see a fraction, okay, you're going to do the reciprocal exponent. So what gets rid of a square? You said a square root. Okay, hang on. Need my watchdogs again. It was a square root. Yeah, I'm off to a good start. Thank you. Right. So what was it? It was a half. Okay. What's the reciprocal of half? 2/1. So whatever exponent is here, you're gonna do that. Okay, and over here, nice and easy, everything should cross out up there. Okay, and you'll have the exact same problem. So squared, whatever, that you had before. Okay, so I think we better do one of these.
Wait, two X minus three, like.
It's the same problem we just did. But-
It's squared or does it not?
No, the key was these canceled out. Yeah, so if I give you this problem, and I will. Think of a number. That's easy one. Yeah. All right, instead of going crazy with the actual radical, all you gotta do is tell me, how do we undo a square with a square root, and how do you undo a cube root with a cube? But you don't have to say that, you just have to do what? Raise it to the reciprocal power on both sides. Okay, so 2/3, goodbye, 3/2 just got rid of you. And what's left? Yeah, this one, I hope you get one this easy on the test. Next week? 23rd, no, that's 2 weeks. Yeah. Anyway, let's go. What's the square root of 4? 2, and what's 2 QB? Snowman, wishful thinking. Okay, so we think the answer is 8. Remember, we gotta check it again. We just did 8 to the 2/3. Does that equal 4? What's cube root of 8? 2, and what's 2 squared? 4. All right. Yes. Okay. We're out of the gate. Yeah. So how about you try? Let's go. Okay. So what'd you say when you got here? Isolate. Okay, you want to isolate the x minus 3, the radical. And do the square both sides. All right. Idiot. You got one, Joe. Yeah, check the ends. got the answer. 19. Let me do a check. That'd be 16 squared is 16. 1 plus 2 seconds. Yeah, that works. All right. Okay, first step. Trying to get that by itself. What's furthest thing away? The 2, move that how? Minus. Okay, so now we have bar over 4 equals 1. Okay, next furthest thing away is the 4. How do you get rid of that? Multiply. Yeah. And now get rid of the radical with a square. Radical goes poof. And you're left with x minus 3 equals 16. Add your 3 and you think the answer is 19. Little check. 19 minus 3, 16. Square root of 16 is 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 1 plus 2 does equal 3. Me, I put like a little check that reminds me that I checked it. Okay. You don't get points for that, but if you're like, did I check this? So have your own little map. Okie doke. All right. Spice it up a little bit. Yeah. All right, I showed you one of these simple. I think you're ready for a U try. Okay. Solve for x, fractional exponent this time though. Upgrade this to a U try. Got it. Okay. Best question right there. What I got. Over here. Right answer. Let's see. What's the question? That would be 2. That was 3. Because this was 2/3, right? And at least we should have. So now you have x minus 3. Not x minus 3, but it's still x minus 3. So x minus 3. And then add 3. That works. All right, first step. Isolate. First step. Get rid of 7. Gotcha. Okay. Now. Been here before. What's the reciprocal exponent? 2/3. All right, be careful. Somebody, bless their heart, is going to do this. And they're not gonna do exponents, they're gonna like multiply it by 2 and divide it by 3. All right, no. No. That is exponent. Okay, over here, cancel. And you should be getting good at these by now. Cube root of 27 is 3 and 3 squared 9. Okay, plug it in. Square root of 9 is 3. 3 squared is 27. 27 minus 7 is regular stuff. Okay, I think they're ready. All right. Let's keep spicing it up. Oh, I lied. This is this next one is, I think, mild. Let's see. Yeah, let me give you a mild one.
Oh.
50th root of 3x plus 2 equals 50th root of 2x plus 7. The answer is 5, but let's anyway. It's easy. This is mild. Okay, because what would have been your first step to get rid of a 50th root, a 50th power? You see what I see when you do 50th power, what just happened? Yeah, everything just canceled, and now giddy up on your math 7 problem and find me the answer. Go. With all due respect to math 7, I get. So when you see 2 radicals, 1 on each side like this, you're allowed to just get rid of both radicals. And the insides have to be equal. Okay. Nice and mild, this one. Then we'll go spicy and then goes pepper. Yes, give me the 2 steps. Subtract 2 and subtract 2x. You can do that in one step. We got 1x equal 5. Okay. Plug it in, it works. You get 50th root of 17 equals 50th root of 17. Check. Okay. But that one very mild, very mild. Okay. Could see one of those on the test. All right, so let's spice it up. This from them. All right. First thought, let me hear what you think. You want to move to 1? That's actually the right idea. But what's your other thought? I want to get rid of the radical, and how you going to do that? Square it. Okay, you could square it now, or you could isolate it and square it later. That's going to be the easier thing to do. Don't write this down, but what if I square it right now? What do I have to do to this? Okay, so not that you couldn't, but if you do it by moving the 1 first, watch how easy this one actually is. I can get there. Okay, so move the 1. And now square both sides. still have to FOIL, but what do you do on this side? You square this side, what's it equal? Yeah, okay. So that was easy. Now, all right, earn your honors badge, square that, please, FOIL. First month school, this was your weakest area. Okay, all you did was square the X and the -1, no good. Okay, FOIL this joint. Right. X minus 1 times X minus 1. Foiling we will go. What do you get first?
X one.
X squared, outsides. So close, minus 1x. Insides. Also what? Minus 1x. And last, -1 times -1 is +1. So foiling gave us X squared. How many X's? So minus 2x plus 1. Okay. That's the key step right there. All right, isolating the bars, square, which turned out to be FOIL. And now it just turned into unit 2 quadratics. Remember all the different ways you had to solve this. First of all, how many answers you looking for? 2. So remember this, you factored, you had quadratic formula, complete the square, could graph it and look for the x-intercepts. All right, I guess leaving it up to you, whichever method you're best at, giddy up. But regardless of which method you choose, let's set it equal to 0. So how do you move these guys? Subtract 3x and subtract 7. And I'm lucky this will be nice and factorable. And it is. Okay, find the 2 answers for that guy. Factor, quadratic formula, probably the easiest 2. Complete square, nah, you can do that here. You're good though. Factor with me. Factor and pull here, x and x, back sign minus, what are you gonna use when you got back sign minus? Plus minus, right, one of each, I like to say. Okay. And you also have to subtract factors of 6 to get the middle term, -5. Okay, so here's your choices, 1 and 6 or 2 and 3. Which ones give you -5? So +1 minus 6, that's correct. Now, I know you want to use 2 and 3, but that's when the back sign would have been a plus, they would have added up to 5, 2 and 3, but this is minus, so it's 1 minus 6, okay. So what do you think the two answers are? What makes these two guys equal 0? Negative
One.
1 or 6, okay. I'm gonna circle them, but beware, beware, beware. Let's check. Did anybody check them?
No.
Let's check together. All right, plug in, let's do 6. So 3 6s, 18, 18, 7, 25. Hey, now what's square root of 25?
5.
5, 5 and 1 make
Six.
6. So 6 worked. Okay, but how about -1? I can already tell you that's not gonna work. But let's try it. Plug in -1, you got -3. -3 and 7 make 4. Square root of 4 is 2 and 1 make 3. And does 3 equal -1? No, not this time. So there it is, your first one that you had to cross out because it failed when you checked it. Okay. All right, that was spicy. But the grand finale today. Extra spicy. You chose honors, so let me show you this one. Bet you they're doing these at TJ. Let's go. All right. 2 radicals. Okay. So we're still thinking if I can square a square root, it'll get rid of the radical. Still thinking that. All right, but this one, extra spicy, star this one. Okay. Step 1, pick one of the radicals to get by itself. Isolate one of the radicals. I guess we'll keep this first one here. So how do I move this guy? Add. Okay, so now I got what? This equals, you said add, okay. You could put it behind the 2 or in front, doesn't matter, you're adding. But that is step 1, isolate first radical. Now the fun begins. All right, now square both sides. Parentheses save lives and grades. Okay, so I'll let you do the left side, I'll do the right. What do you get when you square this? Poof, what's left? Your side, nice and easy. My side, this is the mess right here. All right, we got a foil, something with a radical. Do it here and then erase it. Nice and slow, foil. Okay, what do you get first when you do a radical times itself? Poof, the radical goes away and what's left? X plus 1. Okay, so for the first, I got x plus 1. Outsides, how many radicals do you have? 2 times the radical. And insides give you 2 times the radical. And the last give you 4. Okay. Question?
Why is it this X plus 1 plus 4?
Say it again, why is it?
We're squaring the parentheses.
Watch me.
We get squared and then like two on its own.
Well, all we did was FOIL. This times itself gave us just plain old x plus one. Yeah. Insides and outsides gave us two of the radicals. And then last gave you 2 times 2, 4. All right, so long problem. Short. What do you got over there? You got x plus, what can you add together?
1 and 4.
Yeah, 1 and 4 make 5. And nice and easy, how many of the radicals do you have? You have 2 of the radicals plus 2 more of the radicals, you got 4 of the radicals. Okay, so what you see in green is what's left. And you better believe the foiling of that's the tough part. So you understood what I did to get this. You're in good shape.
Why did we exclude of the
Say it again.
and the no, why isn't there any, why isn't there like an X space on the
Oh, there it is. I just got lazy. But I didn't want you to see the x plus 1. I wanted you to see how many of them did you have? You had 2 of the radicals plus 2 more of the radicals. Okay. All right. So you keep that, I'll erase mine. What just happened? You just turned the original problem into one of the ones we just did. So let's isolate the radical. What do you do to do that? How do you move this? Subtract x and subtract 5. What do you got? 2x minus 4 equals this. Gotta get rid of the 4. How you do that? Okay, divide. Gotcha. And you're dividing everybody by 4. So let's kidney bean this. What's that simplified to?
1
Half x minus 1 equals this. Okay. So just like last problem, we got square both sides. I'll do the left, you do the right. Okay. So what's x plus 1 square root squared? Oof, x plus 1. And again, I need space. So I'm squaring this. Need your help. Okay. Square the firsts. What's half x times another half x? Half times half is 4th, x times x, x squared. Okay, I got that. 4th x. Outsides give you what? Minus half x. Insides give you minus half of x. And last give you plus 1. Okay. Nice and easy. Okay. Half x squared and 1, they're going into the problem. But what do you got here? What's negative half x minus another half? It's a half and a half make a whole. So that's minus 1x plus 1. Okay. So now we are here. And we're back in unit 2. You gotta solve that quadratic. Okay. Isolate, or should I say set it equal to 0. Who's got to move? Okay. Move x and move 1. Okay. So here's what's left. Quarter x squared minus 2x. Okay. Alright, I'll tell you this, my pre-calcs just had something like that on their test. They couldn't factor it, what the heck? Okay. Not two sets of parentheses, this is GCF. What's common to both pieces? Pull it out. X out front, what's left? Order X minus. Alright, now it's ready for you to find me two answers. Set each factor equals 0. Get ours two answers. The first one is obvious. That one's done, but you do the other one. And no, you ain't gonna see this one on. I have one homework, not gonna be on any tests or exams or SOLs or anything. What was this? What do I memorize these? X minus 3 over here. I don't think, we'll have to check. You can check. Okay, solve with me. What do I gotta move first? 2, got it. Okay, and this was also on your Algebra 1 pretest. How do you get rid of the fourth? You could divide by a fourth, but what's that the same as multiplying by 4 over 1? And what does X equal? Moldy snowman. Okay, so we think we got two answers. 0 and 8. Go back to the original. There it is in red. All right, what happens if you put in a 0? You get square root of what? Square root of 1 minus square root of 1 is what? 0. Does 0 equal 2? So 0 didn't work. Cross it out. Okay, let's plug in an 8, and you know you're in good shape when it starts to be clean. What's 3 times 8? 24 plus 1, 25. Square root of 25 is clean. What's that? That's 5. Put an 8 in here. 8 and 1 make 9. Square root of 9 is 3. And what's 5 minus 3? 2. So the only answer was 8. Cross out 0. Okay. And that was a work of art. I have to sign that. All right, notes are complete. Have a nice weekend, extra day for you and me. Yay.